look, the Senate president sat 2 seats in front of me in the Nigerian law school. So at least I can testify that he has schoolmates, right? Yes, and I'm one of them. And I know, he went to Federal Government College, Port Harcourt. And now the majority leader is a lawyer, okay? He used to be president of the National Association of Nigerian Students, by the way. The minority leader, Kingsley Chinda, is a lawyer, right? He used to practice in Port Harcourt. So that's the minority leader in the House of Reps, right? Now, and this is just a sampling. And none of these people appear evidently worried about the fact, now quite well established beyond any shadow of doubt, that the piece of legislation, and it's not just any piece of legislation, tax law, which is the heart of the legitimacy of the state, and it's 4 different pieces of tax legislation, supposedly passed in one go, were altered between having been passed by the National Assembly and being signed into law by the president, with the result that lots of things were inserted which were not part of what the National Assembly passed. And rather than be worried about that and prioritize it for attention and accountability, they are carrying on as if nothing has happened. And instead, you've got Taiwo Oyedele, whose brief in government continues to baffle me, flummox me beyond any form of understanding. Taiwo goes around from studio to studio, basically calling every Nigerian stupid and projecting himself as if he's the only person who's gone to school and who understands anything about tax laws, which may well be the case, except that he does not appear to understand anything about legislation. So he may well be the world's greatest architect of tax and tax laws and fiscal regimes, but he doesn't clearly appear to know anything about how the legislative process works. Because if he does, he will not be insulting people the way he is. And if he does know anything about the way government works, he will understand that he's exceeding any sensible understanding of what his brief is supposed to be. He's a consultant in government. He's not a minister. He does not have departmental responsibilities. He cannot go around appearing to take responsibility for things that only people who are in government and who have gone through the processes of both clearance and induction into government have responsibility for. But Taiwo is the person who's accounting for this. And if you take a look at it, you'll see that there is nobody in government who is taking responsibility for what's happened. Not the president, not the Minister for Finance, who is also supposed to be coordinating minister for the economy, and I suspect fiscal policy should be part of that. It's not Zaka Dedeji in what used to be FIRS. I don't know what is now called Nigerian Revenue Service, isn't it? It's not anybody with departmental or agency responsibility in government, not even an advisor on economic affairs in the presidency. No, it is Taiwo, who is still a consultant in the private sector. That is the most worrying thing about this, that the government is operating this as if it is a mechanism of organized crime.
Mm.